Good morning, Bettina here. After my live demo on Instagram yesterday, Saturday, I was asked about a colour on my palette and how you would kind of go about recreating that colour, specifically indigo. So I thought it might be a good idea to take the opportunity to mix up that colour and show you how I would go about kind of investigating it, seeing what its kind of components are and how you would recreate that from maybe more common colours that you might have in your palette. So that's what we're going to do. Okay, so the colour we're trying to create today is actually an indigo, and this is indigo here. I've put out kind of some blues here, so that's your indigo colour. Now the best way to kind of look at that is actually to take some of the transparency out of it. So I'm going to add in a tiny amount of white, and that just kind of makes it a little bit more opaque, and it's kind of easier to see the colour. So as you can see, once you add the white, you kind of get a bluish grey, bluish slate grey. Okay, now I'm going to use a couple of blues here to see what will give us the best combination. So I've got cobalt blue, and this is Prussian blue, and you certainly probably most people will have cobalt blue, I think, in their box. So we might try with that one first. Now I'm looking at this and I'm looking at the blue, so there's your cobalt, and you can see this is very much darker. So I have a couple of options to darken it down. I could use, looking at the colour wheel here, there's your blue, true blue, primary blue. If you go across orange, orange will certainly knock the vibrancy out of it, but it's not really what I want. It's going to kind of push it towards a kind of a brownish grey. In this case it would be the purplish grey, which isn't what I want. I just want to take it down kind of blacker. So I'm actually going to go with black. So I've got ivory black here. Mars black might work quite well as well, but the thing about Mars is it has a bit of purple in it. I'm not sure that would work. So I'll go with the ivory because I think the ivory is a good choice. So there's your ivory black. Blacks tend to work a little bit like blues. So I'm going to push that black into it. Okay, it's actually not bad. As you can see, we're up here. It's close enough. Big test will be putting the white in. So the white goes in, and there you can see, actually it's a pretty good approximation of your indigo. They're not too far off each other. Okay, and you can play around with that a little bit just to kind of match it up. So we're going to try the Prussian blue. It tends to be kind of a little bit kind of a little bit more red in this one, I think. So we're going to go with the black again, see what that does to it. Hard to tell there now, looking at it like that. Get the white into it. A bit more. Yeah. It's kind of duller. It's a duller version, but it's not bad. I actually think maybe a small bit more blue than black here. There we go. Well, that's pretty good as well. So you've got kind of two options there. your cobalt or your Prussian, and both adding black seems to give you somewhat of an indigo colour. So that's really how you would kind of work out how to mix up a colour. And it's a good practice to kind of take a couple of hours, take your basic colours in your box, your blues, your reds, your yellows, your primary colours, and start kind of mixing with each other and also with other basic tones, blacks and whites, and just kind of see what comes out. And you can kind of make a chart, and it will be very useful. It will kind of train your eye to look at colour and to see how it behaves when you start mixing it. But there you are. That's how you make indigo.